Let her know how much she means.
Oh, hi, I'm Jamie, and this is my co-host, Greg. Welcome to the Onion News. We are called the Onion News because we just stink. First story of the day, of the 25,000 people, the first 2,500 people polled, 22% said they felt safer and 41% said they felt extremely relieved when Stewart began serving her 5-month sentence at West Virginia's Alderson prison. When I found out Stewart was behind a 10-foot thick concrete wall, I have a huge sigh of relief, said Daniel McCallan, a jeweler from Newark, New Jersey. If she were out in the streets, who knows that sort of business? Maneuvering she'd be up to behind closed doors. I have a family to think of, McCallan added. Boston area teacher Helen Green said she had been afraid to leave the house before the verdict in Stewart's trial was announced. Martha Stewart avoided a loss of $45,000 by selling the stock, Green said. $45,000, if they didn't put her in jail for that, people would have taken to the streets. Outraged citizens would have broken windows, overturned cars, and set fire to the courthouse. Even citizens who said they were only vaguely familiar with the Stewart case reported feeling safer after her conviction. I don't know the technical aspects of it, but I know that Martha Stewart did something with that stock market, Chicago welder Marvin Mankovich said. I'm not sure if she was selling her own stock or someone else's, but I do know that everyone has said that it was wrong. I breathed easier when I found out she wasn't going to be doing any more of that again for the 5 months. One of those polled, 62% said that 5-month sentence was inadequate, with 46% of those believing that Stewart should have been in prison for 10 years or longer, and 3% expressing the belief that she should have received life sentence. All right.
She should have.
Probably.
Yeah.
Prosecutor Karen Patton Seymour said that in addition to the 5-month prison sentence, Stewart has been sentenced to 5 months of home confinement and 2 years of probation. Even after she's out of prison, she'll be kept under close watch, Seymour said. No one is going to forget what she did. Now to sports with my co-host Greg.
Olympic Committee Chief Executive Jim Scher announced Thursday that the risk of contracting Olympic fever, the international strain of athletic obsession that sweeps the nation every 4 years, has dropped to a historic low. The once infectious strain is no longer considered contagious, Scher said. This is largely because of years-long immunization campaign in which Americans were exposed to related strains such as NFL fever, March Madness, and the NASCAR immune deficiency virus. As a result, most American sports fans have built up a powerful immunities. Just look at the once menacing NHL pandemic, which has been completely eradicated as of this year. According to Scher, even children under the age of 12, a group once extremely susceptible to the fever, have been largely unaffected in recent years. Scher warned that Olympic fever, which still affects hundreds of thousands in developing nations, could re-emerge in America if New York City carries out this plan to build a sports complex on the disease-infested shores of Hudson River by.
You guys know you're reading comedy?
Isn't it
Because
funny?
it doesn't sound funny.
Well, when we get Rob up there, it will be.
It's not funny.
In November, the mind reader, the amazing Christian,
Yeah, let's
wrote
take care of that headroom.
to the acting governor of his home state of New Jersey that he wanted to help the state shed its image of unethical deals, and thus volunteered to sit in government meetings and identify which officials are secretly up to no good. Now in the field,
President Bush. Oh wait.
now on location with our investigative reporter and fashion critic, Eric Friedman.
Stephen J. Marks, 47, was driving through morning traffic near Nashville, Tennessee, wearing ski gloves and a ski gloves and a ski mask, although the temperature was 60 degrees, and this alarmed a citizen. The citizen called the police, and Marks explained that he had a medical condition that required him to wear the ski mask unless it was over 80 degrees. Back to the guys in the studio.
Okay, where's the powder lady? I mean, my face is all messed up and they want my makeup on. Back in news. Commercial break. Scratch that.
Let's put them in a panic. They have no commercial ready.
Anyways, in November, a Hindu seer in India's Orissa state drew larger crowds, inspired by his calmness in the face of his...
Okay, they have a commercial going now.
Commercial.
Where are you?
Okay. Commercial break.
'Cause I have a feeling we're gonna be best friends.
Things can get pretty ugly when you're bored. In an after-school program, you can find something way better to do.
I was bored.
Oh man, I was so bored. I can't believe they actually signed me up for this job. Yeah. Oh.
They think you're crazy because they don't know if I'm sitting here.
In November, a Hindu seer in India's Orissa state drew large crowds, inspired by his calmness in the face of his announced spiritually induced death, which was to come before noon on November 17th. At noon, however, he was still alive, and according to the Asian Age newspaper, the crowd of 15,000 suddenly turned ugly, berating him for not dying, and police had to intervene. The man who was chief clerk of told reporters I wanted to leave my mortal body, but I could not. Please forgive me. And now back to On Location with our fashion critic and investigative reporter, Eric.
Criminals who accidentally leave identification at the scene of a crime, according to the News of the Weird, are no longer weird. But it was nevertheless remarkable that on the night of November 4th in Rapid City, South Dakota, two burglary suspects in separate incidents left ID behind. Both of them, Daniel P. Ader, 25, and Brian W. Crawford, 26, had apparently removed their pants for different reasons, leaving their wallets. Evidence suggested that reason Crawford had removed his pants after breaking into law office was to photography his private parts on the office copy machine. Back to the guys in the studio.
Evan Rydell has made difference to his December 20 Scrabble victory over girlfriend Amy Vander Ploeg about 200 friggin' times. In the days since, Vander Ploeg reported Monday. All right, cool.